saddle companies that know that a lot of people will go saddle shopping and sit in a saddle and think, is it comfortable for me? And if it is, then they assume it will be comfortable for my horse. This is a great example of a saddle that was built exactly like that.
I don't think we think about our horse at all.
They put a ton of padding in here.
Saddle can go on any horse, is what I, as a layperson, would think.
Yeah.
Oh, you just get a saddle and throw it on them.
Luxurious, right?
Well, straight
and really, if you notice the underside here as well, we've got a fleece-covered strainer. So this right here is your seat strainer. If you flip that one up, you'll notice you can see the raylide tree right in there.
Yeah.
This one is covered in fleece. Why?
Well, that's not even going to touch the horse.
They wanted to hide something.
Oh, right. I was going to say.
Yeah, they don't want you to see.
That is even. This is like packing material.
Yeah. So you'll notice as you rip the seat up.
This is high tech here.
Yeah, this is what they used to. And then beneath that, we have a lot of foam, right? It's super squishy. That's nailed on. So, and this tree is made out of fiberglass that's hollow, so you can hear it. It's not a solid wood tree.
Makes it lighter?
Basically what we put on top, so we should be able to see in this one, like this leather is typically on top of.
There it is. Once you walk over and flip it off.
That is so I was going to say this one is
this is
plastic.
on one piece.
Yeah, so this is one piece
but
as well.
typically you could see these two rails down here.
Right, but typically you can see the bars when it's a wood tree.
Yeah.
These screws that dig into your horse's back, you can feel them, they're sharp, they catch your skin even.
Yeah.
That's a nail sticking through. We have the same thing on the back here. So that's where your rigging is. That's where all of the pressure from tightening
But it
your
had
girth.
padding, right?
It does. If I put a pillow on the ground, put your hand underneath the pillow and step on it with the stiletto,
like.
is your hand going to hurt? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's, even though they have padding, it doesn't make it any better. Another screw that's sticking out probably at least 1/4 inch, but the fleece was covering it.
So the person who owned this saddle, did you tell them these things? Do they ask you for?
We went over a lot of it. So what I had them
Where are the bars?
So your bars would normally be here and here.
Oh yeah.
But because this is a hollow tree saddle, this is all one piece. So they've connected the bars here. The problem with that is your horse has spinal processes that stick straight up. So your horse's spinal processes can poke into this.
That's
why
we
we have to have
open. Yeah.
I was going to say that's why it's supposed to be open, so those
Okay.
spinal processes never ever are weight bearing. They should have plenty of room all the time. But you can see this one is a little bit more normal, so you can see there's more spine clearance between the spine and the bar, even at the lowest point here. They've got a little cutout area where your fender goes. That's so that even with your stirrup leather, you get good even weight distribution there. But I wish they wouldn't have put the staples in there. So this here, all of this is our weight bearing area minus a little spine channel here. So our horse has these spinal processes that stick up all throughout their back. We want to make sure that we don't have any weight sitting on those spinal processes or on the small ligaments that connect them to the longismus dorsi muscle here. So this is going to be our weight bearing area where we want our bars to sit. And then this or this edge to be digging into them. You can see as this sits here, if we were to place it a little bit too far forward, it would rub her scapular cartilage here, and eventually
It was slanted. It wasn't straight.
Right, yeah, it doesn't sit level.
That's all I would be able to see is the straight or the slant.
And then the next thing we look for is even pressure throughout your bars. So you want your bars to sit levelly across your horse's back with even pressure, not digging in at the top and gapping at the bottom, and not
digging
at the
in,
bottom
right?
and gapping at the top. So
that's digging in.
I was going to say, so you have less contact up here and more contact down here. And then through the middle here,
Yeah.
you also have a little bit of bridging where I can stick my fingers there and it's still sitting levelly elsewhere.